Mic check, mic check. Hello, hello.
Richard.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Hello.
Hi, Francisca. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Winner once again, huh? Winner once again. Focus 11 winner.
So you said that you're going to be in Oshawa,
Yeah, I'll be there this week.
but the thing is, I work during the day. And I have a new insurance. I cannot use my phone when I'm driving.
Oh, okay. You don't have the mobile where you
I
could
have a
put it.
phone, but if
You
I
could put
use it,
it.
the insurance they're gonna charge me. So it's a new insurance. So you can only get me when I get home. I get home by 7 p.m. or
Okay,
6:30, 7 p.m.
okay, okay. All right, sounds good.
So what night are you talking about? You don't know yet.
I before the 15th. So 15th on Friday. So
Okay.
realistically, it'll probably be on Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday. Okay. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
that's what it's looking like. It's looking like Wednesday.
All right. So if you call me in between 5:30 and 6:30, I'm driving, I cannot pick up because of my insurance. Maybe I should cancel it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a new insurance that I got. It's cheaper, but they said that if I want to keep it cheaper, I cannot use my phone. Because once I use my phone, they're going to detect my driving and everything. They watch everything.
Yeah, but I don't know. Most places let you use your phone if you have it on a like if you have it on one of the you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, on the dashboard. I only have a
Yes.
regular, I don't have that yet. So, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't get too many calls, and people who
Mhm.
call me, they know best time to call me after 7 p.m. when I'm home on weekends. So
Okay. That's good. That's good. So yeah, well, Kathy's with us as well. Hi, Kathy, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm fine, Kathy. Hey, Kathy is such a nice lady.
You get to
Thank you.
see her too. She's beautiful. Where are you, Kathy? You can't see
Oh, hold on. Hold on
you.
a minute. Hey, hi, Ben. Hold on. I'm on my GPS. You should be on. I don't know how to do this. I'm on my
Hey,
phone.
Ben.
Ben just got home from work.
Nice.
I don't know how to put my camera on. I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
hold on. Oh, here it is. Oh, hang on.
There you are.
There I am. I'm in my bed.
Okay, nice, 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 nice. So yeah, Kathy, some good news. We just accepted an offer for Orangeville.
Oh,
Thanks,
congratulations.
thanks. It's 5 day conditional, so we'll see what happens Friday. But yeah, once
Oh,
that
good.
and it closes January 11th.
Oh, wow. That's a quick closing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Did you guys do okay on your price?
it's a new market,
I know it
but
is.
there's more than enough to pay you, and then we'll walk away with some chunk change.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad to hear that.
So, hey, but at the end of the day, the market's unpredictable. You could hold on to it, and then you never know. Like
I know.
2 years ago, those same houses were selling in the 900s. Now,
Wow.
the deal we accepted was at 670, 677.
What?
I know, right? It's crazy,
Wow. Yeah, that
crazy.
is crazy.
But that's happening everywhere, right? Hey, what can you
I
do?
know.
But we bought we
I know.
bought it for like 350, right? And then when we did
Okay.
the refinance, I think the mortgage we had left was like 560. So
Okay.
so from the sale we'll get like around 100, and then we have capital gains. And then we gotta pay you, and then agent
Hmm.
commission, and then you break off what's left. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's. New chapter. Well, you know what, Lord willing, everything goes good. So we'll find out Friday. Friday, it should be firm.
Wow, congratulations. That didn't take too long.
Yeah, since we listed, yeah, but the showings were pretty slow though.
Were
About
they?
showings a week, 2 to 3 showings a week.
Ooh.
You know.
I know I have one coming to the market, and the guy, like, they don't have to sell now, but he's nervous because he bought already, but he bought in Markdale, so they're not closing till July. So I convinced them not to. Like, he wanted me to list it like now, like today, like the other day, and I said, you know what? I said, like, nobody's looking right now, and it's the holidays. We're 2 weeks. I can do it. It's not
Yeah.
about work. You know me, I'll work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like no one's focusing on, looking for a house right now. I said, let's wait until the new year because, things are looking a little more positive for the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Interest rates stayed the same. Hopefully, I know they're not going to come down in January or February, probably more like maybe May or June. So that's not going to affect these guys. But at least, once the holidays are done and the kids go back to school, then, there's a little more focus on, work
Mm-hmm.
in a sense that if someone wants to find a house.
Yeah. Right now, it definitely is. It definitely is a slow time. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's all about the people's preference, So, but yeah, thanks for the updates on that. And what about the other one that with the high ceiling? How's that one coming?
Which one?
Remember it had a high ceiling, you walk in, it has
Oh,
a
I sold that. I sold that already.
oh nice.
I sold that the same days I sold the other one, the Barleyfield one I
Oh,
sold.
Barleyfield sold.
And finally,
Oh, come on. You gotta
so I,
share these wealthy moments,
I
Kathy.
know, I
You gotta
know, I
share these
know.
wealthy moments.
So I held offers on that one,
Mm-hmm.
and just happened that I got an offer on Barleyfield,
Mm-hmm.
and she rejected it the week before. And then I was getting ready for offer presentation, and she messaged me. She says, do you think the guy will bring the offer back? So I messaged him, and he said, no, they're going to wait, but I'll
Yeah.
bring something else. So
Uh-huh.
he brought me another client firm,
Uh-huh.
February closing, no conditions. They had already seen the property, $15,000 less than the other one.
Okay.
And then I got another guy to come back, but they were joking around.
Yeah.
One of those. They went I sent them to Chani because she did the open house with me,
Uh-huh.
and they were Punjabi, and then they brought another agent with an offer. So, but I sold both of them that same night. So,
Wow. Wealthy moment. Yeah, guys, honestly, that's another thing too. Like, we gotta bring these back. Like, we gotta get this energy going. Like, we gotta be sharing these wealthy moments. We gotta be, because like this energy is needed. Like I noticed even in the WhatsApp group, there's not much activity. I get it. I launched the FOCUS11 program, and in the new year as well, FOCUS11 challenge. I'm gonna send everyone the WhatsApp group. We have a new WhatsApp group for the FOCUS11 challenge, right?
mhm.
So the challenge is going to be active on there. But then the group that we have is everyone that's enrolled in the map book, right? And that channel seems to be more active than the map book channel, And that's what I'm saying. Like, like if we could just share these wealthy moments, just and get that energy back, especially going into the new year. Going into the
Yeah,
new year, we need to get that energy back up. And like everyone shared the successes, their wins, the things that are going on in your experience, right? So because there's other people who are just getting into this experience and they don't know what to expect, So thanks for sharing that here, so we have it
yeah, no
recorded.
worries.
But
Yeah, no
yeah,
worries.
in the group, hey guys, because I was aware of that Barleyfield one. I remember how you were talking about it, and
Oh
that's
my
the next
God.
thing too. And I talked to Rima as well. She'll call me all the time. Every time there's a problem or a thing, there's we can express those, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
when we get these wealthy moments, we got to be able to express them just as much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely I encourage that everyone do that more. Francisca, I seen your photos with your awards.
Yeah, I saw that too. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you. We were only there for 72 hours. And I got to see my sister. I went shopping with my sister. I had dinner with my sister. Yeah, my sister lives in London, so it was good to see.
Oh, that's nice.
That was crazy to be there for 72 hours, but I got Thursday and Friday off from work with pay. You know, so I had to be back for Monday, otherwise, because I've already used up all my vacation and all my personal days. So,
all right, that's what's up. That's what's up. It's amazing. It's amazing, guys. Like, one thing I want to really go over to is the importance of goal setting, because even now, the people I'm getting on board with the FOCUS11 and stuff like that. It's so interesting that writing goals, it's not as critical. We're not as critical in our writing goals. Like, we're not really thinking about the act of writing goals, right? And this is something that never really crossed my mind until I paid for a mastermind session with Raymond Aaron, and the whole session was on how to properly write your goals. And it was such an impactful session because many people do not pay attention on how to write their goals, right? And it's important that when you're setting goals in the map book, you set them correctly, right? Firstly, writing your goals down is very important. Once it's transferred from your mind onto paper, your goal now becomes real, right? Writing your goal down and writing them correctly go hand in hand, right? So like that whole understanding that you're actually bringing something from the spiritual realm into the physical realm by writing something down, right? Because your thoughts are from the spiritual realm. You cannot see them outside of yourself, right? If someone wants to cut your brain, the brain open, you can't see the thoughts that brain was thinking, right? So it comes from the spiritual realm, right? And then by you writing it down, you actually brought it into the physical. It's kind of like what do they call those? Like those like a warp thing machine or something, right? You're pulling it from somewhere and you're putting it onto into the physical, and even going on that was I had that, and I just started writing it in my week. Wow, look at and that's what I'm saying. This week I had a goal. I didn't know if it was gonna happen, but I just took it from the spiritual, all right? And after I wrote it down in my map book, right? And the thing is, I'm reading right here. The goal that I did write was, where is it? Yeah, it's right here. So right here. So I wrote received real estate offer. I wrote that yesterday. Received real estate offer. Let me put that check. So actually I got 3 other things. That's when we got the offer that came in, right? And I just put it in there. I just put received. I had it in there for, hold on, the day before too, and the day before that, Okay, so okay, perfect. So just and that's another great thing about the map book. You get to actually go back and see what you wrote. So I wrote it in 4 days ago. So today's this day. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days ago. So that's Tuesday. I wrote it on Tuesday to receive a real estate offer. So it didn't happen. It was my day 319. It didn't happen the first day. I rolled it over to the next day on 320. I wrote received real estate offer, right? Because I have like 4 listings on the market. So I wasn't specific as to which one it was. I just wanted to receive an offer, for one of these listings, right? So I rolled it over to the next day, and it didn't happen. That was 320, and then 321. It was in there. Receive real estate offer. I wrote. I didn't get my check mark there, and then 322 was yesterday, and I wrote receive. I wrote it again, and an offer came in. So the gestation period for that was 4 days for that seed, because the seed was the thought that I brought from the spiritual to the physical, right? And for that to germinate and to become a reality, it took 4 days, right? So I rolled it over 4 days for their offer to receive. And then today I put accepted offer, If you guys go look in the WhatsApp group, I put it in this morning. It was my 7th thing to do today, and it actually happened before some of the other ones, right? But I put accepted offer, so I could actually check that because it got accepted today, right? But that just shows the power of setting these goals, right? You have to have a clear mind. It is important that when you're writing your goals, you're writing them down with a clear mind, especially your larger goals. Having a clear mind allows you to tap into your higher intelligence as if your thoughts are being sent to you. You already know what needs to be done next. You just need to open your mind and wait for the thought to be delivered to you. So that's why meditation and stuff is so key as well, because you know, you could have so much going on and there's like a lot of chaos that's happening if you stay in this physical and you're just dealing with it in the physical, right? So a lot of times when, you know, a lot of things are a bit chaotic, you know, my main practice is to go meditate. Go meditate and just be there and clear my mind, you know, clear my mind and reposition my mind to what it is that I am, and you know what am I being called to do? And sometimes I don't even understand the answer. I just put it out there, put out the question, put out the, you know, just have a clear mind, and then the answers will come to you of what to do next, right? So that's why over here you already know what needs to be done next, right? Inside of you knows, your spirit knows what to do next. You may not know if you're in your conscious state. You may not know, but if you go and meditate or have a clear mind, then the answer will come to you, right? So setting SMART goals. So these acronyms are known to most people, and some of the letters are different to others, but overall they provide you with the framework of how to set your goals. When setting a goal, try your best to have them meet this SMART criteria: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, right? Is it specific enough that I cannot confuse it with anything else, right? And for the new people who are joining the Focus 11, you know, I've been doing a lot of critiquing, and that's why definitely want for all of our wealth creators to see yourselves as leaders, right? And even these other groups that we're in, just join in on them, whether you're participating or not. For some of these newer people that are getting on board, you know, help with the critiquing of their goals, because everyone here has been on for, you know, a bit of time, and there's common goal setting things that people are doing. So I just want to kind of go back to the critiquing I did, right? So for example, the map book has time frames in it, right? So when you're in there, there's the affirmatory declaration where there is no time frame. The affirmatory declaration is in the now, because everything written in there is who you are. So regardless of what that time frame is irrelevant, right? Because that's the big picture, right? But then we go to the year, right? So if we're writing a year goal, then we don't have to write, you know, I'm gonna do this every month per month, or I'm gonna do this a week. I'm gonna go to the gym every week. I'm gonna go for a run every day. I'm gonna go for. You don't have to do that in your year, right? So the map book is set up to follow this SMART principles, because each section is a time frame, right? So now you don't have to put run 5 times a day or run whatever it is, because in your day you'll write run 5 times, right? In that day, in your critical 7, one of them would be that day goal that you set. For the year, you're writing a yearly goal, so you don't have to put every month or every week or every day, because it's a year goal. So you have to have it in the frame of mind of it being a goal for the year. Focus 11, right? You want it to be a goal for the month. Matter of fact, let me do this, because it's better that I just show you guys what's going on here. So this is the other Focus 11 community that we're building. And a lot of people are joining in on that right now. It started from the Venn platform, and now it's independent. It's independent, and we're just getting people on board with their thing. You see people are sharing their Focus 11, their spiritual goal, physical goals, and stuff like that. What their Focus 11 is. This lady, first basket done. She came and joined one of our sessions, Kirsten. So one of her contribution goals was to give away homegrown veggie basket. And she's over here. She's from where?
New Zealand.
New Zealand, yes, exactly, from New Zealand.
Yeah, I was one.
Right?
I was on that session with her.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. So she's participating in Focus 11. Hopefully we'll get her back on some of these sessions, GPS. But she's going in. So she's doing her contribution. I want to go to the critiquing, because if we could help critique the goals, then it's going to even help us write our goals better, right? It's going to help us write our goals better. So I just want to go over one. Let me just scroll up here. Okay, here. Okay, so here. Okay, so this person's goals. Okay, look. It said read Bible more, right? So, okay, look. Mental affirms daily, but this is the month, right? This is the month goal, right? S, read Bible more, 1 chapter a day, but this is the month goal. E, work out 30 minutes a day, but this is the month goal. Relationship, be more intentional with family. How is that specific, right? We need to make that more specific, right? So I'm just going over the SMART formula, right? And seeing how people are setting their goals. Because when you say something like, okay, be more intentional with family, that's the result that you want. But we're looking for actionable things for you to do as you're setting your goals, right? So most people will write in the intention that they're looking for, but it's more about a specific thing you're going to do that once it's done, it's done, right? Over here, save weekly. What does that mean? Right? What does save weekly mean? Right? Spend more time with myself. Okay, that's okay. But let's be more specific, because what spend more time with yourself? You could be in the washroom, when doing a number 2. That's spending your time with yourself. But is that what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Contribution. Contribute more to a charity. Okay, what does that mean? Like, how are you contributing? Are you contributing your time? Are you contributing your money? Are you contributing clothing? Are you contributing, what does that mean? Like, how do you know that you got your check mark, right? Because if you want to, you could keep it like that, and you could just go to your church and you could go sweep the floor and then say, okay, I got my check mark, right? Which is still your check mark, but it's better when you're specific, because then you know exactly what it is that you're going to do, right? And it doesn't have to be specific to the T, but it has to at least have some form of measure so that you know that you complete your goal. New, learn more about crypto. That was the new goal. Okay, that's fine. That's the result that you want. But what are you going to do to learn more about crypto? You could watch a video. You could go on a training. You could go take a course. You could, there's different actionable things that you could do that once you do them, then you could get your check mark. B, advertise my business more. Okay, what does that mean? Right? You could put one post up on social media and you advertise your business, right? But how do you know it's more? How do you know it's more? Like, what does more mean? Right? Did you advertise it once yesterday? If you do it twice today, then that's more, right? It's not really as specific for you to measure, right? And then learn more about crypto. Oh, okay, I think we did that right. Okay, they put that in two different. They put the same goal twice. I don't think I noticed that. But anyways, and then cut out soda, tea, and coffee. Okay, well, cut out soda, tea, and coffee. That's specific, right? But when you say cut it out, so that means you're not gonna drink any of them for the whole month. So that's why let's look at the critique that I gave them. Okay, rewrite to 31 plus of affirmations, right? Because that's more measurable than affirm daily, because if there's 31 days in a month, because we're calculating a month, right? Then you do that, right? So FOCUS11 for the month. We don't write daily, weekly, every day. Instead, we must measure how many days are in a month, weeks in a month, and days, and insert it in that number. Spiritual, read 30 plus chapters, right? Same thing, because it said daily. Eat 30-minute workouts 30 times, right? So if they're doing a 30-minute workout a day, so instead put 30-minute workouts 30 times. So even if they miss a day, right? Because that's another problem with when you write in a day, right? Because if you write in workout 30 minutes a day, you miss a day, now you don't get your check mark. What if that happens on the second day of the month, right? And then you miss the second day of the month. So now what? Now you can't get your check mark.
You don't have to work out the rest of the month.
But if you write workout 30 minutes a day, you missed a day. You get what I'm saying?
I know.
You get what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but you feel me though? If you put work out 30 minutes a day and you miss a day, then now your goal is no longer valid because you put 30 minutes a day. But if you put work out 30 minutes, 30 plus times, right? Then you can work. You could even put 2 workouts in a day. You could get a morning workout and an evening workout, right? Because now you're giving yourself more room to accomplish your goal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know everyone here that's on this session right now is writing nice, smart goals, right? But it's good to get that recap over and help others while they're writing their goals, because this is something that people don't pay attention to, right? So you could determine exactly once it's completed, when it's measurable, attainable, is it possible for the goal to be reached? Realistic and timely, these two are used together. All goals are realistic. I just want to put that out there. All goals are realistic as long as we can think it, right? Because if the thought has been present, then that means that is a seed that has been planted, which means that it must be accomplishable, right? But can it be done within that allocated time frame, right? This is something only that you can determine. So, for example, on my critical 7, I put a receiving offer, right? Hey, it was realistic, right? Because it came in, but at the time, and again, all goals are realistic. So you could put something out there, right? And can it be done in the allocated time? There was possibility, right? Because the listings on the market, so there is a time that it could be done, right? And I thought the allocated time frame was a day, but it took 4 days, right? So when writing a goal, it's important that it's not vague, in terms of specific, right? If you were to read it, it couldn't be mistaken for anything else. So incorrect. I'm going to have the biggest business in the world. You could put that in your affirmatory declaration, right? Because your affirmatory declaration, there are no limits, right? But when you say, by saying the biggest, is it the biggest location? Like if you're talking about within your year goals or within your thing, is it the biggest location? Is it the biggest in terms of financial? Correct. Produce over a million sales this year for my business, right? This is something that's measurable, right? You know exactly what it is that you want to achieve, right? Incorrect. Eat healthy this week. Right, we're getting into specific, right? Does healthy mean eat only vegan? Does it mean have all food groups in your meal, right? What does it mean when you say eat healthy, right? But if you put something like do not eat any beef this week, right? Or if you could put add veggies in all my meals, or like you have a specific thing that you're doing, right? Then it's clear that you will eat anything except for the specific food, or you're going to have a specific thing on your plate, right? Measurable. When you set goals, it is always good to include a number within the goal so that there is an absolute measure as to whether the goal was completed or not. So incorrect. I will spend more time with my family this week, right? So how much is more time? Right? How do you know if this goal is completed? How do you know how much time you spent with them last week? Right? So putting more, just more, how do you know? Like, did you time it? No, right? But if you put something like, I would take my family out two times this week, right? This can actually be calculated once it's completed, because you take them out, that's 1 time. Take them out again, that's 2 times, right? It's measurable, right? So that could be that's the same thing as writing more, but now you just made it more measurable, right? Incorrect. I will cut down my smoking this month. Okay, so what does cut down mean, right? How do you know whether or not you cut down, right? But if you put something measurable, you say, I'll only have 2 cigarettes this week, right? Then you have a measure, something that you can calculate. So you have one, you know, if you have the other one, that's your goal. And then you say, okay, I reached my 2, or it's going to help you in regards to like a discipline, because you know you have 2 for the week. So maybe you'll go and you'll take maybe a puff here and there, out it, you know, you'll stagger out those cigarettes, because you set a discipline for yourself, right? You know it's measurable. It's something that you can measure, right? And then attainable. When you set goals, your goal is to check mark them, right? Within our program, write your goals so that at some point in time, they will be attained. If it is not attainable in your mind, there is no point in writing it down, all right? So incorrect, I'm going to swim from Canada to Europe in a day, okay? Hey, maybe that's attainable to you, but, right? But a correct goal is, I'm going to travel from Canada to Europe by boat, you know? It's something that is actually attainable, because I don't know, maybe someone did it, but from swimming from Canada to Europe in a day, I don't know. You gotta be like some superhero. But incorrect. If you are 200 pounds and you say, I'm going to weigh 100 pounds this week, is that attainable? Well, it is if you did like some liposuction or something like that, right? But if the correct goal is, if you're 200 pounds, I'm going to weigh 190 pounds this week. You know, it's more attainable, you know, in terms of if you wanted to lose like 10 pounds than 100 pounds, right? You want to always set up a due date so timely, right? We set up the due dates, right? A due date is not the same as the time period, right? A due date is something where you say, okay, by this date, I'm going to achieve this, right? And that's what makes it timely. So incorrect. I will clean my car by month end, right? Incorrect. I will enroll in a new course by my birthday, right? Okay. Incorrect. By the end of the year, I will clean my office. Right. So those are, and at the end, and those are goals. Yes, you could say they are timely, right? Because I clean my car by month end, right? I will enroll in a new course by my birthday, right? You have those goals that are set, but why not set an actual date, right? Or a time frame, or you know, like something that's there so that you know, okay, this is the date. This is the date I say this is going to be done, right? My office is clean before November 1st, right? So you know that date is there, so you're pushing for that date. Written in point form, right? So when goals are written in point form, it makes them more precise. When they are too long, they become confusing and there is unnecessary information included in them. So that's why in the map book, there's only a small space for you to write your goal so that you can make them concise and to the point, right? You want to make your goals to the point. Written in the present tense as if it is already completed, right? So when writing your goals in the present tense, you're telling your mind that it is already completed. This allows your subconscious to be experiencing the feeling of it being completed while you are reading it. That feeling will move your body to actually attain that feeling, which will feel normal because the feeling is already familiar. This is the law of attraction, right? You have everything happens twice, right? Happens in the mind, then it happens in the physical, right? And by you actually reading in the present tense, then you have become that person already. right? And so when it happens, it's like it happened again. You know, it's kind of like you've already made it happen in your mind, and then your frequencies on that vibration, which is matching, you know, of whatever that result is, and then it happens, right? So when you write your goals, write them in the present tense. Not, I am going to be, or you know, you know, like what you know, like when you're saying I'm going, or I'm chasing, or whatever, like, you know, when you're saying something as if it's something that you have to go and get, right? Then what happens is you're setting your frequency on having to go and get. But you're always in the way where you are going to get it, and it's not within your reach. It's not with you yet because it's something that you're chasing after, right? So it's going to be a frequent chase because it's not in the present tense as you have it already, right? Always stay in the positive, right? It's important that when you write your goal, you're writing it positively so that you can focus on what you do want, not what you don't want, right? So incorrect. I will lose 10 pounds, right? It's better to write my weight is at 170, right? Because now you're stating something that is, right? Because if you're writing I would lose 10 pounds, then that is first off, it's not in a positive tense. Second, it's a chase. Something that you're going towards, right? Something that you're chasing. But if you put my weight is 170, that's an I am statement, right? That's an positive, and that's a now statement, right? So incorrect. I will pay down my credit card $2,000, right? The correct statement you could put is my credit card balance is only 1,000, right? So that's again in the present, and it's in the positive. Large to small. The map book is structured so that you will insert in your larger goals before writing in your smaller goals. This is done on purpose because you are aware of what the larger goals are as you go down to the smaller goals. It is easier to fill them knowing the bigger picture, right? And, you know, with this program, what I found is a lot of people are taking shortcuts, but you're only cheating yourself when you take shortcuts, right? But a lot of people are taking shortcuts. Many people have admitted it, that they're not reading their full map book. They're just writing in their critical 7 for the day. But if you're only writing your critical 7 for the day, then you can only see as far as your day, right? So that's why the map book structured to see the big picture, right? You see the big picture at first, and then you're going to the smaller time frames. So by doing that, everything is in alignment, but you see the big picture. I know someone about 15 years ago. I remember having a conversation with them, right? And what they said is, you know, we were having a discussion about, you know, what are you living for, right? And he told me he's living for today, you know, and because I said I'm living for tomorrow. He's like, yo, how are you living for tomorrow? You gotta live for today. You gotta live for today. And we had like a back and forth, like a pretty much an argument this, you know, living for today and living for tomorrow. And I was adamant to live for tomorrow, right? And he was insisting that, you know, you gotta live. Right. And 15 years later, you know, and it's not the greatest thing to say, but you know, like right now he's not in the greatest situation, you know, and you know, I try to help him, you know what, like direct him in different, you know, like different opportunities for him to, you know, go and get work or earn money or whatever the case may be. But he was living for the day. And by living for the day, right now, he's pretty much like the same as he was 15 years ago. When I say the same as he was, I'm just talking about, who he is. Like, like we were both kind of in a similar, state. We were on that vibration of 15 years ago, but 15 years later, pretty much still in the same situation, right? He's living with his parents. He is not working. There's he's not in no type of serious relationship, no children, and like he's still like more just playing video games and stuff. It's like, and at the end of the day, I still got love for him, but he was focused only on today. Right? He wasn't focused on tomorrow. Wasn't focused on the future, right? And if you can't see your future, then what are you moving towards? Right? So that's why with the map book, we start with the affirmatory declaration, because it's important that everyone has an idea of the big picture. It doesn't need to be a clear idea, but at least have a bit of idea, right? That way, certain things that you're moving towards, certain things that you're like, say, for example, if he was thinking for tomorrow and he's thinking, what, I want to have a family, I want to, and these things, then when he was in relationships, because he's been in relationships, right? The girls like him, he's been in relationships, but that wasn't a plan in his mind. His mind was more just having fun, like we were doing 15 years ago, just go out, have your fun, and then the next day, maybe we meet someone else, go have some fun, right? And he's still doing that today. And okay, that's cool, but you know what I mean? Like, where's the substance, right? So pretty much the point I'm trying to make is, see the big picture, and then as you see the big picture, then you break it down. You break it down, and then you go to today. Right. And then now when you're doing your today, based on universal law, every single thing that you do is a part of the big picture. Right. And let's wrap our head around this. If our intentions, and we're reading our affirmatory declaration 2 times a day, then there's a magnetic force that we have around us, our aura, right? That is it's like a satellite signal that's sending out signals of matching frequencies to draw towards us, right? Every moment of every day, that's what we're doing. We're attracting what it is that's in alignment with what's in our mind, which is like a satellite out in this world. So by us emanating this energy out in the world, every single thing that you're doing is in alignment with that. Okay. For example, you going and making your breakfast for the day. It just seems like you're just making your breakfast, right? That's what it seems like. If we're looking without the third eye, right, and we're just in our conscious state, you're just making breakfast, right? But if you go inside and you understand that these principles are always at play, like these universal laws are always happening. So you making your breakfast that day has to be a part of that goal. Francisca's on her one of her goals, she's meeting Oprah. So Francisca, you make your breakfast is a part of you meeting Oprah. I know it doesn't make sense, but this is what the laws are saying. This is the universal laws, because everything is one, right? So let's say, for example, when the time comes, then you could backtrack and then you could see it play out as to why that made sense, right? But let's say you're making breakfast, and in your breakfast you're making it, and then you realize, oh, you ran out of eggs, or this is the last egg that you have, right? And then it's the last egg that you have. So that same day, you go to your grocery store of choice, right? And then when you go to your grocery store of choice to go get the eggs, then there's at the cashier when you're cashing out, maybe there's a magazine of Oprah on the front stand, and it says she's coming to Toronto. Then you go and then you see it like, what? Right? Because remember the frequency, so it's pulling you, right? It's matching your frequency, so it just stands out to you. You just say, oh, Oprah's coming to Toronto? What? You grab the magazine, you buy it. And then you buy it, you go in there, and it's telling you about this event, it's telling you about the VIP package and all this kind of stuff. And then you go and you get the VIP package, and then you go and you meet Oprah. But it started from you just making breakfast. And then you had that last egg, and you had to go get eggs, and then you seen that magazine. But the whole big point was that you were attracting yourself to meet Oprah. Does this make sense? Because this right here, this is the biggest part of this program. The biggest part of the map book is to open up your pineal gland. We got to get in the spiritual realm. And if we open our pineal gland, which is our third eye, then we start recognizing these things that are out here that if we pay attention to, then it's drawing us towards what it is that we need to do. Christophe has just joined us. Christophe, thank you for joining us. Right? So I use Christophe as another example. So in Christophe's affirmatory declaration, I haven't read it, but I know part of it because Christophe loves to express, which is another thing that we got to do. We have to express ourselves and put the energy of what we're expressing out there, right? For more energy, for it to expand on the energy, right? So Christophe has told me that, Flight Unit, that's his company, Flight Unit. He's like, Flight Unit, this is worldwide. This is worldwide. Like, we're gonna do stuff in schools. We're gonna do stuff, all over. And then we're gonna have this here and this here and this here and that there. And, it's huge, right? So Christophe, when he's reading his affirmatory declaration, he's looking at this Flight Unit being worldwide, right? And then, just recently, he got a notice of an event with all of the principals from the Toronto District School Board, right? There's an event going on at the Metro Convention Center, right? But he got it late. So he reached out to me and he's like, hey, Rich, I got on this thing, but the lady said it's a bit late because she already did all the printing and everything like that. So our logo and our deets was not going to be in the program, right? And the cost is around $1,500, right? So should we do it or should we wait till next time? And Christophe, I don't know if you want to type of what I told you, but I don't know if you remember what I told you. Do you remember?
Well, I think you spoke to the only time is now.
I said the time is now. It's always now. Remember?
The only time is now.
The only time is now, brother. You know what I mean? And because I know his vision. You know what I mean? His vision is for this to be the biggest thing. And then this thing just pops up on however it popped up on his computer, on his desk, on his feed, whatever the case may be. Right? And the time is now. So, okay, boom. He went, he took action, right? And, and he went and he booked it. And he said, yo, bro, she gave us an amazing spot, or where our booth's going to be at. The spot's proper. I'm like, okay. All right. So next day we go there. The thing's on. Everyone was at our booth. Our booth was popping. Our booth, like even the other booths were like, oh, what you guys are doing is such a great idea. Like, their next thing that they get a booth for, they're gonna do what we did, because everybody came to our booth. We had our list. We got about 70 principals that signed for us to contact them so that we could do stuff in their schools. Right, and I'm going through that list right now, and as I'm calling everyone, oh yeah, I remember you guys. I remember you guys. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna connect you with the person that runs this and that, and we got to get you guys into school here. right? And it's because of the intention that he has set in the big picture, right? Because with the big picture, that's that mass, has a lot of mass, and it has a gravitational pull. So when you start from large, this is what you're doing. You're attracting these things as they go by the day, right? This is I feel like this is one of like the most important things with this program is having your intentions set and then going out in the road and paying attention, right? Because we pay it,
Very
you know what I
powerful,
mean?
brother. Very
Thank you,
powerful.
thank you, brother. Thank you, appreciate that, right? Because our tasks are sub goals, right? So our tasks are also considered as goals, right? Tasks are great to break down your larger goals. When breaking down a larger goal into tasks, you are piece by piece getting the larger goal completed. By doing this makes you feel as if anything is attainable as long as you're frequently working at it. Tasks do not have to be intended result to them like a goal. You just need to focus on having them completed, right? So for example, a large goal could be to buy a new computer, right? And then you have a task, which could be to go online and select 10 different computers, right? It's just a task that's bringing you closer to that goal, right? And the task is anything. Doing a GPS session, going for a walk or whatever the case may be. It's in alignment with the bigger goal. It's a task. They're like sub goals. As you keep doing these smaller tasks, you're going to eventually get to your goal, right? And then create accountability. Creating accountability makes you put pressure upon yourself to have the goal completed on time. When writing a goal, have someone else be aware of what you said you were going to get done. By notifying someone else, you will feel obligated to get the goal done, especially if you completed a specific goal that involves that person, right? If you have a goal, go to a concert on time, right? And you have a ticket for 2, notify whoever the second ticket holder is that you're going to be on the venue on time. This way, you'll feel accountable to be on time because that person will be expecting you, right? That's just one example, but having accountability and a partner just by expressing and sharing, your goals. Now you feel you have to get it done because you've already shared it with someone that you're going to get this done, right? You already put it out there, so now you feel more of accountability to get it done, right? And then read your goals frequently, right? This is the most powerful part of setting goals. By reading them frequently, you are evoking the law of attraction by putting more and more attention towards it. The molecular structure within your body will make you like this be more completed. It must be completed, and what everything is required to get done will present itself to you, right? So if everything is one, right? We're all part of source. We're all part of God, Most High. So everything is one. We're all connected, right? Everything is connected. You're not just human beings, but everything is connected, right? So by you reading your goals frequently, right, then everything that involves that goal is coming towards you, and you are going towards it because the energy, where everything is energy in this world, and you're drawing energy towards you and from what you're thinking about most of the time. So that's why not you be in control of what you're thinking about, right? And that's what our tools with the FOCUS11 and the map book are doing. You're reading these things frequently, so as you go out, this is what's on your mind most of the time, right? So that is goal setting. It's detailed, but just think about that as you're writing in your goals, for your FOCUS11, for your map, right? And right now we have a special that's going on with the FOCUS11, right? Because we're looking to grow our network, right? And we have the map book one-time special, which is the full program at $9.99. But this is a special that we're encouraging people to get on right now, which is the FOCUS11 one-time special, $99 one time, right, for the FOCUS11, right? And then you're going to participate with us we have our WhatsApp group. You know, we're writing all the goals. Everyone's participating. Everyone's filling their goals. You're going to learn how to write your goals better. You know, and then we have our prizes and everything like that. FOCUS11 challenge, right? And yeah, we're building the community, right? And I encourage everyone to get started for $100. It's such a minimal investment, right? And you get to start with the concept and you get to understand the proof of concept, right? And then once you see the results you're getting from the FOCUS11, you're going to want to upgrade to the map book, right? Because the map book's every day, right? It's a program every day, right? And, you know, so over here, we do every 11 p.m. We have the FOCUS 11 p.m., right? Where I'm pretty much presenting the FOCUS 11, you know, I'm presenting the map book, just the whole opportunity. And I'm going to be doing this every day at 11 p.m. every day. And, you know, it came to me in meditation. That's something that I need to do, right? And for this community to grow. So, you know, everyone, if you already are a wealth creator enrolled in a program, thank you. You know, and at any time you can invite people who are FOCUS 11 p.m. session. I go over everything, you know, what we're doing with this program. And of course, your testimonials are always welcome as well, right? And, you know, so people could understand the true meaning and understanding of wealth, right? And I say this because, you know, right now, even in the crypto space, so by the way, you could actually enroll in the program with crypto if you have crypto. Hello, Sanjay. Thank you for joining us, right? And okay, yes. So the link I'll share on here. And yeah, we're looking to grow our community. You know, it's that time now. It's really that time, because right now there's a lot of different opportunities that are online, but a lot of them are misleading. You know, a lot of them are misleading. And the reason why they're misleading is because they are setting expectations, you know, and people are getting involved because of the return that they're expecting, right? But it's not giving a result, because the thing is, a lot of people have this thing on a pedestal, right? Money on a pedestal, right? And because they're servants to money, right? A lot of people are taking advantage of them, right? And that's what's happening, right? But important for us to know that money is our servant, right? And money is, as money being our servant, right? It's to be put to use in that way, right? But if you're seeing your money as you're serving money, right? Then people take advantage of you. And what I mean by that is there's opportunities right now. They'll say maybe, okay, let's line it up with our program, right? They'll say $100 you put in, right? And then from the $100, you're going to get a 5x return, right, on your $100, right? By earning say 5% per day, right? And I was involved with these programs, but what I found out, and I'm so grateful that the recent one I was in, they showed us what's going on in the back end, that a lot of these programs are strictly based on liquidity. So money in, money out. It's all based on how many people put their money in. So what this means is people see this, like, holy, I put in $100 and I get back $500, right? And not knowing how the model works is very misleading, right? So, okay, so you put in $5 a day. I mean, you get $100 and you get 5x, 5% a day. That's $5 a day, right? And you get up to 5x, $500. But what happens is, if the liquidity pool doesn't continue to grow, right? And you're going to start earning, like, say every day you're getting $5. Oh yeah, this thing works. I'm getting my $5 a day. But then after, let's say 2 months, your $5 a day stop. You're not able to get it anymore, right? So 2 months is 60, right? So you got, you know, in this case, okay, 2 months you made your money back, which is blessed, right? But let's say after 2 weeks, which is what's happened with a lot of them, after 2 weeks, right? 5 times 14, And that's actually an opportunity that someone presented to me 2 weeks ago. They said, oh yeah, there's a special right now, get involved. I said, I'm good, right? And then I found out last week that they shut down. So if I put in that one, it was either the minimum was 200 up to 1,000. So if you put in 200 and then you're paying 2.5% per day, so 200, right, times 0.025, right? That's $5 a day, right? You put in 200, 5 times 14, which is 2 weeks, you got back $70. You put in 200, so you just lost $130, right? But the thing is, people are only looking here at the dollar sign, right? And right now, there's a lot of hurt people in this industry, right? Because a lot of people lost money. I'm definitely one of them, you know what I mean? But I understand that, you know, I'm not here to be a servant to money, you know? So it is what it is, right? And now I'm focusing on getting people on the principles of wealth creation, right? Because by applying the principles of wealth creation, then money it is created. No, it's not, you're not really chasing the money. Money's coming to you because it has to go through you because of the purpose that you're actually extending out there. It needs to go through you because of what you are offering in this world, right? And that's why the Focus 11 are these 11 aspects of life, right? For example, contribution, right? So contribution, you going and giving back, right? You going and giving back. No one's like, oh, no, I don't want to go give back. Say you go donate $100. Some people don't want to donate $100 because they want to keep their money, right? But you act in the form of contribution, that $100 could easily turn into $1,000, right? And it doesn't even have to come from that person that you gave the $100 to, because we're all one. You know, if we really look at this universal perspective, you know, then we see that everything is one and the same. So if you give it to one person, that doesn't mean that it can't come from somewhere else. It will come from somewhere else because it's all the same thing. It's the energy that you're putting out. You know, we're all individuals. We're all living our experience connecting with this universe. So everything is in alignment with your experience. You know, what you're getting from what you're taking from it. You put out, you get back. What you put out in the world, you get back. That's a yin and yang, right? That's a yin and yang. In Ghana, we have Jianami, you know, without God. But you look at the symbol, and the symbol, it goes out, right? And it goes in. I'll show you the Jianami, right? I have it up on my wall, you know, and it's a reminder that
at your front door, right?
Exactly. It's a frequent reminder, you know, number one, obviously can't do anything except with God. And number two, what you put out in this world is what's going to come back to you. You know, this is universal language. You put out in this world, you see, it's a mirror, right? It's pretty much the same thing going both ways. You put out in this world is what's going to come back to you. But what are you going out in this world and putting out in the world? Right? That's what's coming back to you. Right? And these are universal laws, like, you know, and that's what I'm saying. The yin and yang is a very popular symbol, right? But even with the yin and yang, say the photon images. When they had a photon in an image, and it had in an image with light, then it looked like the yin and yang. Now that was big because the yin and yang is as you see, same thing. This is the image of a photon right here, right? As you see that, right? Two particles entangled into quantum yin yang symbol, right? So look at this. This is serious. Right, so it's pretty much what you're putting out in this world is what's coming back, right? And you know, we have the energies that are going out in this world. There's good energies, there's bad energies, right? But the love energy is the most powerful energy in this world, right? And you know, with that energy, you put that out in the world, it's coming right back to you. When it's supposed to, when it's supposed to, right? So it's not a matter of you doing it and then you're waiting. Oh, I did some good. Let me wait for this good to come back. No, just go out and just keep putting out good. Keep putting love out into this world, right? And in its time, when it's meant to come back to you, it will come back to you. But yeah, that's the session. Set your goals proper, right? And then the FOCUS11. We're really going out and I'm dedicating a lot of my time into just getting this information out there. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna post it. I'm just gonna put it out there. Whether there's one person on, 2 people on, 3 people on, 4 people on, 10 people on, 100 people on, whatever the case may be, it is what it is. I'm just setting out that good energy in these principles out in the world, letting people really resonate with these principles, right? And understand the importance of this principle. Because right now, people are more just understanding the importance of money, and then they're losing it, right? Because they're not adapting these principles, right? So, if we could get more people to adapt these principles, right, then more people will be more in alignment with their true self, right? And when they're in alignment with their true self, all that is required for them to be that will be a part of their existence. So yeah, that's the session. I don't know if anyone has anything to add. Sanjay, I think it's your first time joining us on the GPS session. Do you have any anything to say? Any questions? Any feedback from the session since you've been on? Or anyone else have any final words before we sign off? You're unmuted. You have something to say?
Oh no, I was unmuted the whole time. But yeah, no, it's always
it's on purpose. It's on purpose.
Of course, of course. I always add my 2 cents. Yeah, no, it was a good session. I think it's important to once in a while to go over how to set your goals, because we kind of get like laxed with them. And we may not write them properly, but when you put the thought into it or are reminded to put thought into it, they're just that little bit more meaningful.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good session to go over that for sure. Then I'll just remind everyone that you should always set your goals that no one else is attached to. Because if you say meet Richard for lunch at 12 o'clock, he might not show up. But like if a goal involves someone else, then it's not always attainable because you have control over it.
Yeah. And that's powerful because Kathy, she brought that up based off experience. I think it happened to her a few times. And then, it really let her analyze the goal. And that's again, I'm going to definitely add that to the presentation because that's a big one, right? When you're dependent on others and then they don't follow through, then you can't get the goal because you have others that you're dependent on, right?
Yeah, but it was a good session.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Appreciate it. I see Francisca is also unmuted.
Yes, it was a good session. And see, I have an Oprah magazine here. You were mentioning it.
Hey!
As a matter of fact, Raymond told me that one reason why he nominated me for this award because I had dinner with him. I told him that I want to meet Oprah. He said, when you have that award, that looks good on your bio. So that's one reason why he nominated me. So I asked him because he has met all these celebrities. He has met Raymond Aaron, he has met Jack Canfield, and he has interviewed all of them. So I asked him how you get to meet them and interview them. He said that he pays them $10,000 to interview them.
Wow.
He was a millionaire before 30, the age of 30. Yes. So he said, I need to get lots of followers. If you want to meet her, she's going to look at your social media profile. You need lots of followers. And you will not believe it, Sasha Obama, she contacted me on Instagram and asked me to follow her. She followed me. Just out of the blue like that. That's weird, right?
It's not weird, but that's what I'm telling you, Francisca. It's an alignment. These are the principles that are always happening. So it's alignment. At first, everything seems weird, but this is just how everything in this universe is operating. It's just that a lot of us are not in tune with it. So now by you applying the principles within the map book, you're in alignment and in tune with it, with that. And I thank you for sharing that too. The fact that you met the guy that you met and him telling you that the awards are something that they look at. That's what I'm saying. How are you looking? I'm sure you're looking at it through your third eye. You have to be, because that's God speaking to you through him, telling you, go and get more awards. You know what I'm saying? Because it's part of the big picture. It's part of the process.
Yes.
Right? It's part of the process. Right? So you just go along and enjoy every moment, of everything that, that all these wealthy moments that you're experiencing, getting these awards. And like you said, listening to these people and him telling you this. So this is now something that you have locked in. It's like, well, okay. I just got an award last year. I got another award this year. I'm going,
Not
I'm going
last year, this year.
Two of them this year.
Wow, the first one was in April. Yeah,
time flies. Look at that, 2 awards
since you've been 1 year.
Since you've been in the program already. You won 2 awards, but it's in alignment with your affirmatory declaration. That's the key thing, right? To someone else, where say in their affirmatory declaration is not to meet Oprah, right? Maybe they're not going to get nominated for awards, but that's not in alignment with what they're looking to do. You know what I'm saying? But because it's part of your journey, right? It's part of your big picture. You're getting attracted to all these awards, right? And then now the guy says, you need more. You need to get these awards. This is great for you to get these awards because, this is what they look for, right? So it's not coincidental. You're in alignment. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Stop.
Yes, brother. Yeah, no, definitely great meeting. Excellent meeting. It's about a lot of great thank you for everyone who shared already. Definitely, I think it's extremely important that we're aware of the seeds we're planting, because tomorrow and a month later, a year later, is what we're ultimately seeing. And with the map, in terms of setting goals and being very calculated with your goals and prioritizing your goals, extremely important as well too. And as well too, when we plan our goals, sometimes it's important that we are aware of, like, reflecting, going back and sort of seeing what we accomplished, what we didn't. Are we overloading ourselves, underloading ourselves, etc., right? Because we want to make sure that we're flying at a right pace or balance that's pushing us outside of our comfort zone, but as well too keeping us in alignment, right? So definitely, for me myself, I'm definitely going to be a lot more diligent in regards to my goals, because your goals as well too should inspire you, right? So you want to make sure that you're writing your goals in a way that inspire you to push yourself to achieve those goals. And so, yeah, man, definitely, I do agree. I think you could, even if you really wanted to, even just helping people on the Power 11 in regards to that skill set, because it's a very valuable skill set to be able to understand how to write a goal in a way that speaks to you, and as well to plants those seeds for more fruit to grow. So yeah, excellent meeting, brother.
Okay, thank you so much. And yeah, definitely this session and the sessions, I'm gonna get them up on YouTube. Now, because we gotta get the awareness out there. I gotta get the awareness out there for this program. And we need everyone to be on this frequency. Or as much people as possible to be on this frequency, to assist us to assist over 1 billion people to create wealth, right? And that's the objective. So everything that's happening is in alignment. So I appreciate you guys, because you guys are a part of that. It's an alignment, of the big picture. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in on the GPS session. Invite anyone at any time. We're doing the business presentation at 11 o'clock, where we just pretty much, it's quick. It's quick, depending on who's on. More people that are on, the longer pretty much will go. But if a few people are on, I just go through a presentation within 15, 20 minutes, right? And I'm just going to go through it every day and just let the people see what we have going on over here. Yeah, Sanjay, you of course you could join the group, man. Get on board, man. Get on board with us, right? And someone invited you, get the referral code, right? And get enrolled in the program. Right now we have the special going on, $99.90 for Focus 11. We're going into a new year, right? And you know, New Year is when everyone has their New Year's resolutions and all that kind of stuff. This when everyone's inspired to go get their goals done, right? And that's why it's a perfect time for everyone to take advantage of this special. So we have the site here at focus11challenge.ca to get on board with the Focus 11 and start get going. And we have prizes to be won and all this kind of stuff. We want it to be a great experience, you know, for setting your goals and just making them happen. All right. So everyone have a good night. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in. Appreciate you guys. God bless.
Have a great week, everyone.